And here is where we near the end of the controversy. It's really not much controversy. It's just me just voicing my opinion. I'm not looking to start a fight or anything like that. I'm just talking about a series that was something that I did care about and something I just stopped caring about. I don't hate Metal Gear. I don't. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, technically the last Metal Gear game I played. And, I mean, you do have to like a lot of the new tactics and gameplay that they really wanted to bring into the series. You do, with the use of camouflage and survival, and and this time, no radar system. You having to use your eyes, and really having to focus on everything around you, and really having to be smart. But that's that is the basis of every kind of stealth game. But this game just really decided to, oh well, you remember all that help that you had, with with your Solitar and radar system and all that. Well, you don't have that now. Good luck, fucker. That was interesting. And then with the idea of whenever you're injured or severely injured, that you'll have to heal yourself and actually perform I want to say medical triage, but I'm sure that's not the proper word. So, and so that was also an interesting take, because from what I understand about the way Hideo Kojima, and I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sure I'm screwing up his name, and if I am, I apologize. That he wanted to bring some more realism to it, or at least he really wanted to experiment with his game. And you could say that he did that. And you could certainly say that he accomplished that. But for me, Metal Gear Solid 3 was where I just lost interest. And I made it through the game for probably at least several hours. But what really did it to me was the overuse of the codec dialogue, too many cinematics, and a lot of the cinematics, they kind of have this weird Michael Bay feel to them. Where you got a shot of Snake, where the game first starts off, where he's sitting in the back of the plane, he's smoking a cigar, and then he tosses his cigar aside, and there's a slow motion scene where as he's walking to the back, he puts out the cigar, and it's like, okay, we get it. You're a badass. And we know this Snake is a badass. This is a Snake that becomes Big Boss. We know that. It's pretty obvious. Though, to be fair, when I did first play Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, I thought this was a modern-day remake of the original Metal Gear. That's what I thought it was going to be. Clearly, I was severely wrong. And I made it quite a ways through. I made it to the point where you're supposed to fight the sniper. I forget what his code name is. It's the old dude. I remember there was the Fear, or whatever all the other new characters were called. But this game also saw kind of the beginnings of Revolver Ocelot. However, this is not a very good representation of what is to be Revolver Ocelot. It kind of treats him at times like a joke. But, for example, when he calls for his reinforcements, I'm sure everybody is familiar and remembers the fact that he does this kind of ridiculous slow-motion cat call. To call for his Spetsnaz backups. And how could you not see that for the first time and go, Did he just do a cat call? Yeah. He did a cat call. That was really stupid. And then the fact that as one of your camouflages that you have available in the game, you have a Raiden mask. I do have to admit that was rather cute. That was rather funny. I didn't like Raiden. I still don't. I don't give a shit that he's getting his own series. I don't care. I never liked him. But I never beat Metal Gear Solid 3. I do own a copy of Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance, which is the game that features the original first two Metal Gear games, presented the way they were meant to be presented. And really that was the only reason why I bought it, was just for those. I will admit there is a part of me that does want to own Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. Despite the fact I don't care for the story, and with a lot of the revelations that just pissed me off. Do still have to admit it is a good game. Metal Gear Solid 4, I never officially played. I played the demo. But this was at a point where I just didn't care about the Metal Gear series anymore. I really didn't. Played the demo. Really didn't find it all that interesting. Really didn't care. I did see a few cinematics where, and I remember hearing about the fact that, oh, Raiden's back in this, but he's a badass. And I remember thinking, I don't fucking care. I hate that little twat. I hate him. He's annoying. He's not cool. He's not. And how does he pass himself off as cool? Oh, now he's got all this ninja cyborg shit. That's cheating. That doesn't make you cool. Hell, at least the reason why Gray Fox needed the experimental prototype exoskeleton was because technically he was dead. And he needed that in order to survive. At least that made sense. Raiden doesn't need all this cyborg shit. He doesn't need it. He's wearing it because he's a fucking pansy without it. Clearly. I don't give a fuck about Raiden. I don't. I'm a little girl. Sorry, I'm going too far, but I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who didn't like Raiden. Particularly with the fact that he was this huge bait-and-switch move for Metal Gear 2, and I'm sure that pissed off a lot of people. And I saw a cinematic for the final fight scene between Snake and Ocelot or Liquid. And Liquid again! And this was something I forgot to mention while I was briefly talking about Metal Gear Solid 2. Liquid Snake comes back because his arm was surgically attached to Ocelot to make up for the fact that, oh, I don't have an arm. Oh, well, here, take this arm off this dead guy that used to be your commander. Surely there'll be no repercussions, despite the fact he's technically been killed, 5-6 times? No, I live on through this arm. How? It's an arm. It's not like it's got your brain or your memories or... And just watching the cinematic of this fight scene, it was so damn boring. I found it so boring. I just didn't care. And now rations have been turned into these injections. So rations are now the equivalent of steroids? Oh man, I'm weak and beaten. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Let's rock. I just really didn't care. I really didn't. And I remember just watching the cinematic going, wow, this is fucking boring. And the cinematic was about 15, maybe 10 minutes long. And then it finally goes into the gameplay where you two get to fight. And the whole time I'm going, it took that fucking long? Just fight! Jesus, it does not need to be dragged out like this. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And now a lot of the Metal Gear series is being re-released in HD, though it's kind of hard to tell. But again, I imagine it's the same thing when they re-released Resident Evil 4 in HD, when actually it's not in HD, or Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Well, they did give they did do, obviously, a heavy overhaul over Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Because bear in mind, that was back on the PlayStation. And do have to admit, it does look damn good. And also with Silent Hill 2 and 3 being re-released in HD. Though I would love to be able to re-own Silent Hill 2 and 3. Though I do already own a copy of Silent Hill 2. The best, in my opinion, I think Silent Hill 2 was the best of the series. I liked 3, I did. But 2 is just so perfect. You know? And Metal Gear, I mean, at least from what I understand, I guess there might be another Metal Gear game. I mean, I know there's going to be a Metal Gear game where it's going to be called Metal Gear or not, but it's going to be about Raiden. I don't care. I really don't. But I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there who do. I just have no interest in it. I don't. So, there you go. A Metal Gear retrospective. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I had, well, I don't really know how to put it. I suppose other intentions. And don't get me wrong, I didn't want to stir up anything. I didn't want to start a fight or anything stupid like that. I just wanted to give kind of my impressions on another series that I really did like, but just lost a lot of interest and just felt like this just isn't for me anymore. But I do understand that there are obviously a lot of people who do like this series and love it, and and at least there are other people who are able to admit, yeah, the story's overly convoluted, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, I'm not going to force the fact that, hey, the Metal Gear series is fucking awesome, man. You shut your mouth. Da 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 da. Yeah. I just wanted to give kind of my opinion on it. Much like I did for Final Fantasy or for the Legacy of Kain series. But then again, Legacy of Kain series is something that I deeply love and care about still to this day. So, there you go. And I don't know when will be the next time I see you. Be it for something else that stirs up a fire deep inside my colon and makes me rant and rave about it on the internet. We'll see. Have a good one. See ya.